A package arrives at the doorstep, an unexpected treasure wrapped in the shimmering paper and fastened with a brilliant bow. It's a gift destined for an unsuspecting child, an embodiment of 1,000 dreams. The box, its edges sharp and neat, its surface pristine, exudes an almost mystical aura. It sits on the doorstep, an enigmatic object, silent yet teeming with hidden promises. The anticipation hangs heavy in the air, like a storm on the horizon, and the stillness of the suburban morning is punctuated only by the sporadic chorus of birds and the whispering wind, a gentle symphony through the leaves. The gift is for a child, a young, innocent soul whose imagination is vast and endless, like the universe itself. This child, who views the world through a prism of innocence and wonder, has often dreamed of this toy. This isn't just any toy, but the one that appears in hushed stories and whispered dreams, the one long coveted and yearned for. The stories surrounding this toy, passed down between generations, have become legendary, an integral part of childhood folklore, stirring an irresistible desire and yearning. As the child lifts the package, the unexpected heaviness of it sparks a thrill of joy, a rush of adrenaline. This is the moment, long anticipated, the culmination of countless daydreams and nighttime hopes. The joy in the child's eyes is tangible, brighter than the summer sun, more dazzling than the stars. His laughter rings through the house, a symphony of happiness and pure, unadulterated delight. However, as the child peels away the layers of wrapping, a shiver of unease makes its way down his spine. The toy that emerges from the package isn't as expected. It's oddly grotesque, with a face that seems to be etched in an eternal grimace and eyes too intense for comfort. The child, usually a beacon of smiles, is momentarily taken aback, a cloud of uncertainty casting a shadow over his radiant face. The unsettling toy is then cautiously placed amidst the child's other beloved possessions. The house, which is usually a sanctuary of warmth and comfort, subtly changes with the arrival of the new toy. The change is not glaring, but it's there, an inexplicable shift in the ambiance, like the gradual creep of winter. The once cheerful rooms feel colder. The shadows cast by the new toy seem longer and more menacing. As the toy settles into its new home, the house's ambiance subtly changes, the atmosphere now tainted with an uncanny chill. As night falls, the seemingly innocuous toy stirs awake, its eyes glowing ominously in the darkness. The room, once vibrant with the hues of innocent play, now transforms into a gloomy spectacle under the cool silver moonlight squeezing through the slight opening of the curtains. The toy, once cherished and adored, transmutes into a figure of inexplicable dread. It springs to life, its movements mechanical yet jarringly alive, every creaking sound it makes reverberating menacingly off the walls. Unseen forces seem to guide it, as if it's moving with a calculated mind of its own. It embarks on an eerie nocturnal rampage, overturning furniture, scattering toys, and leaving a trail of chaos in its wake. Its puppet-like movements cast grotesque shadows that stretch and distort across the room, creating a sinister ballet of disorder. The once harmless toy now seems to be a malevolent puppeteer, manipulating the environment with an unsettling ease. Its influence, strong and relentless, infiltrates the child's dreams, twisting innocent games into a web of manipulation. It would creep into the toy chest, mysteriously disappearing other toys, turning the child's once safe haven into a stage for a petrifying performance. The cheerful laughter that once echoed in the room is now replaced by an eerie silence, punctuated by the toy's mechanical whirring and the occasional soft thud of it colliding with furniture or an unsuspecting stuffed animal. Beloved objects, the child's treasures, suddenly vanish, leaving behind an unnerving emptiness. Strange noises echo throughout the house, bouncing off the walls and creating an orchestration of terror. The familiar surroundings morph into an unsettling labyrinth of dread, the floor plan seemingly changing with each passing hour. Under the toy's malevolent command, shadows perform a dance of terror, their movements erratic and unpredictable. They swell and shrink, their forms growing larger and more menacing with every passing minute. The atmosphere is suffocated with a sense of impending doom, the darkness pressing in from every corner. The situation reaches a peak of terror as the toy's sinister intent grows bolder, more unabashed. The house, once filled with warmth and love, now stands cold and uninviting. Each room, each corner now holds a spine-chilling hint of danger, the darkness teeming with unseen threats born out of the toy's nighttime terror. The child, once brimming with joy, is now a prisoner of fear. The toy's mocking laughter as it wreaks nocturnal havoc echoes throughout the house, a chilling lullaby that sparks nightmares instead of dreams. With each passing day, the toy's influence grows more potent, its malevolence more pronounced. Initial changes are subtle, nearly invisible to the naked eye. It begins with the unusual displacement of toys, shifts in positions of the very same, and the faintest traces of an eerie, unidentifiable sound. The child starts experiencing recurring nightmares, their once tranquil slumber now frequently disrupted by haunting visions of cavorting, grinning toys that bear a sinister resemblance to their favorite plaything. Despite these nightly horrors, the child remains inexplicably attached to the toy, their bond growing increasingly unbreakable, as if bound by some unseen force. As days morph into weeks, the toy's power escalates to alarming levels. The once cherished plaything now wreaks unimaginable havoc, not just on the child but on their unsuspecting loved ones too. The once cozy, welcoming home now reverberates with the echoes of the toy's malevolence, a sound as chilling as the harshest winter wind. Doors start creaking open unassisted, items from shelves crash to the ground unprovoked, and the lights flicker erratically without reason. The house seems to have taken a life of its own, its life force sourced from the toy's sinister energy. Visiting friends and family members start to fall prey to sudden, inexplicable accidents. They slip on unseen obstacles, trip over invisible objects, and unexplained bruises and cuts appear. Their smiles, once genuine and carefree, morph into expressions of sheer terror. Conversations are dominated by whispers of the toy's strange behaviors, its uncanny ability to materialize in unlikely places. Laughter turns into petrified screams when night descends, with the toy's shadow looming ominously like a phantom. Desperate attempts to get rid of the toy prove futile. It's thrown into the river only to reappear on the child's bed. It's burned to ashes only to resurrect like a phoenix rising from the ashes. Its laughter, a spine-chilling symphony of glee and malice, echoes louder with each return. The toy is not simply an object of amusement anymore. It is an entity, an ancient soul awakened by forces beyond our realm of understanding, feeding off the terror it generates. The toy's reign of terror shows no signs of abating, its demonic nature fully unfurled. Each nightfall brings forth a fresh wave of terrors, each incident more sinister than the last. The once adored toy is now the embodiment of pure evil, its innocent facade stripped away to reveal its predatory nature. A menacing presence thriving in a household that once echoed with blissful laughter. In a desperate attempt to end the nightmare, the child determinedly steps forward to meet the toy. It's a bold and daring move, a leap into the abyss of their deepest fears, powered by a courage that welled up from the very essence of their spirit. Their small heart thumps ferociously, marching against the ticking clock of time. The room around them, once a sanctuary of unblemished childhood innocence, has morphed into an ominous battlefield, shrouded in ominous shadows. Their bravery flows through them like a gushing river, a force too strong to be denied. Their diminutive hands grip the toy, knuckles blanching under the intensity of their grip. Their eyes, saucer-wide and filled with bone-chilling terror yet rebellious, lock onto the cold, lifeless stare of the toy. Their tiny voice wavers, barely a whisper, echoing through the room like a challenge thrown at the monstrous toy, an enemy incomprehensibly larger than life. The confrontation looms in the air, a pregnant pause that stretches to eternity, as if time itself has come to a standstill. It feels as though the world is holding its breath in anticipation, awaiting the outcome of this titanic clash. The room seems to plunge into deeper darkness, the shadows lengthening, painting grotesque silhouettes on the walls. Then, the unimaginable happens. The toy, the bane of their nightmares, responds. An uncanny silence prevails before shattering, revealing the true grotesque form of the plaything. It shapeshifts, its cheerful colors receding, unmasking its true form, a demonic entity. The once beloved toy morphs into a gruesome sight, its true malevolent nature finally laid bare. As the demon's laughter shakes the room, a spine-chilling sound that rebounds off the walls, the child is rooted to the spot in paralyzing fear. The room is saturated with a tangible dread, a macabre aura that engulfs everything in its path. The child's courage, their defiance, seems insignificant against the enormity of their predicament, yet their determined gaze remains unwavering. Suddenly, a monstrous claw emerges from the toy, piercing the child's chest. A scream erupts, echoing in the room before it is abruptly silenced. The screen fades to black, the claw still embedded in the child's chest. The last haunting echoes of the demonic laughter linger, a grim reminder of the terror the child has had to bravely face. The scene ends abruptly, leaving a chilling suspense hanging in the air. The audience is left wondering, what happens next? Did the child survive this deadly encounter?